Ron's indoctrination to Little Basin.
Yeah. That's a good
But he
indoctrination.
stayed. He didn't leave, he stayed.
I know, I imagine once he saw it, it's pretty captivating. You know, everything going on up there and the view and the temperature and the beauty.
And me.
And you, of course. Then,
And my
you
cat,
know,
he cooking cat.
The cooking, the clean house,
Yeah. But Ron and I got along really well, and I have to say that Ron was wonderful to me.
Yeah, I've talked about that with my mom and with Aunt Jo, that you know, with as long as you were together with Bob and as long as you were together with Vic, that probably without question Major Ron treated you the best.
He treated me the best, yes.
I mean, I don't want to say by far, but I mean, he definitely was a nurturer, like a you know, definitely.
He may not have been as exciting as they were, but you know, he was very even-tempered. He didn't like to go out much.
Mm-hmm.
He just wanted to be with me, really.
Right. Yeah, he was very, like you said, even-tempered, never had like mood swings.
No.
I never really saw him upset about anything that I was around. Just a super nice man.
Yes, he was. And his death was very unexpected. You know, he was so healthy, and wouldn't even get about the weight that he wanted. You know, if he gained a few pounds, he dieted off. He was so healthy.
Mm-hmm. That was tremendously unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember about when you got married? Like type was. Did you guys? I'm trying to remember myself if there was like a service or something or a ceremony, or you guys just did something small.
He told me one day. He said, because I really didn't want to get married again, and he said we should get married.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, give me a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we live together. And he said, well, the main reason I would like to get married is because I have this annuity that I paid for years for Pauline, and he said, I've still been paying on it. And if we get married, then if something happened to me, we get that annuity.
Mm-hmm.
He said, that's the main reason I can think of getting married. So I had a meeting with my kids, and I said, Ron wants to get married, and they thought it was good. And Kirk was the only one. Kirk said, I don't know, Mom. And I said, why? I thought you liked Ron. And he said, well, that's the problem. I do like Ron, but he said, you are so fussy about your house. You drive him crazy. And he said, I know because I've lived with you. And he's probably right.
Was that a thing? Did that become a thing?
I don't think so, but I told Ron, because he started moving in as soon as we were married. Wasn't really sure he was going to do that. He had his own condo.
Sure.
But anyway, he started moving in, and I said, well, Ron, there's something we should talk about. I said, I don't like the TV on during the day.
It's low class.
Yeah, it's low class, and I don't like clutter.
Definitely not.
So he was pretty good about it. When he started buying those coins and stamps, he got a little cluttery.
Yeah. That turned into be somewhat of a pain in the butt in the end.
I think it was to his kids. It was, and I think, when I think about it, I think maybe that contributed to his death. He was worried about that.
Really?
Because, you know, those companies, they send you coins and stamps that you don't order.
Right.
And if you don't want them, you have to send them back, or they charge you.
Right.
And I don't think he had sent them back like he should. But his kids had a hard time. They finally, I think, gave up on him, just sent them all back or something. But they had to pay for a lot of them.
What happened when he passed? What were you guys doing?
We got into the hospital.
Before that?
Yeah. Late that morning, he told me he had a terrible headache. And he said, don't call the fire department, don't call anybody. He said, I just want to rest.
Mm-hmm.
So I made him a cold drink, and he laid on the couch, but I took his blood pressure, and it was really, really high. Can't remember now what it was. Do I have it in there?
I don't have what that
anyway,
was.
his blood pressure, I wish I could remember, it was really high. And I think I mentioned it either to Joe or Kirk or your mom. Anyway, somebody called the fire department. Maybe, I think it was Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That he woke up when the fire department came. He said, "Did you call them?" And I said, "No." And he was bitter. His blood pressure was down. It was still a little high, but it was bitter. And so he wanted them to leave. So I said, "Okay, they can leave."
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they left, he started getting all agitated and sick again.
Okay.
So I called him to come back. And then he got, by that time Sonny was there, and Sonny started lifting him up,
His son.
and Sonny, his grandson.
Oh, his grandson. Okay.
I heard him tell Sonny, "Don't be so rough," but Sonny was rough with him. And anyway, the fire department got him on a gurney and took him. I said to take him to that one close, and they said they probably didn't have the facilities to take care of him there, so they take him to Banner.
Mm-hmm.
And so we took him to Banner, and I thought he was going to be better. So I went on home, and I think it was VJ who called me, or Sonny, one of his grandsons, and said that, "Do you want to come and say goodbye?" And I said, "What do you mean say goodbye?" And he said, "The doctor said he can only live like 3 more hours." So one of them came to get me. I think it was VJ.
Mm-hmm.
Took me back over, and I didn't stay till he died, though. I think Sonny was the only one that stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't know me, and I was there when they took the ventilator out. That was bad.
Oh, he was on a ventilator.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
And
that's
he
a
only
rough.
lived 3 hours after they called, and Tree stayed the night with me, and she didn't wake me up. I heard her say, "I'm not waking her up."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember it being in the middle of the night or
Yeah.
something, and that was all happening.
So, and they took him to hospice, I think, and then the hospice.
What did you think about his service?
I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah, it was really nice, wasn't it?
I thought it was very impressive, and I think there's a video of that someplace. I'm sure maybe his sons have a video. I'd like
Oh,
a video.
okay. Yeah, I remember the gun salute going
Yeah,
off.
they
I
get a
think.
6-gun salute, and
Yeah.
I had heard they didn't do that anymore, but apparently they did. They do it for retired officers, and I thought it was really nice, and I thought it was appropriate that I gave the flag to RG, and he's having it mounted, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that was nice of you because they give it to you.
They gave it to me. It was nice.
Yeah, that was nice of
But
you.
See, I don't know where his ashes are.
So we did get cremated.
He got cremated, and I thought that his ashes were going to be out there, but they aren't. His one daughter-in-law, Janetta, told me years ago that she had Pauline's ashes and that they would be put together. And I said, "Is that what Ron wants?" And she said, "He isn't himself when he talks about it, but that's what we're going to do."
Mm.
So I suppose that's what they do.
Yeah.
And if that makes his kids feel better, that's okay.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with them about
Yeah.
that kind of deal, but that's got to be hard to hear
Yeah.
at the same time. But he's gone, and you're just
We
trying
had
to
our time together.
right,
And he did leave me the annuity.
like you said he would.
Yeah, he did. We couldn't find anything on it, but RG found it in his briefcase.
He had a briefcase with a bunch of files and stuff.
And he left me a note.
Yeah, I heard about that. That was pretty nice too, wasn't it?
No, I still have
It was just written to you about you guys.
it.
You still have that?
I do. I still think, where is it?
You can find it. Not a big deal.
I'll find it and let you see it.
So we got to talk about a good amount of stuff here.
Yes, we did.
I'm glad we got to talk about everybody that we did. We're kind of at the spot right here where we're almost up to current times because we're in almost the end of August of 2020, and Ron passed in February. February 3rd, Super Bowl day, which is weird.
Oh, was it? I
yeah.
didn't even know that.
I remember my mom texted me that night, late after, we had the party or whatever, and she texted me. But so just to bring it up to today, now you've moved into this beautiful new place. What do you think?
Well, I'm hoping I get used to it. I'm not completely used to it yet, but I am taking advantage of the exercises that I hope will help me. They have helped others.
They're here at this place that they. Oh, okay.
I have to sign up ahead the day before.
But you don't have to drive anywhere.
No.
That's cool.
And if the classes are filled, which they have only been once so far, they're on the television, the same class.
Oh, okay.
And I'm thinking I might go down and play bridge. I might go down and play poker. And in September, they're starting to have some kind of racehorse thing. Probably the little horses or something. I don't know just what it is. But there was a bulletin about it, and I have a friend here, as you know, Dick Morley. They call him Pop here.
Yeah, he's a bridge player, isn't he?
Well, he used to be, but we had our own rules, I've been...
Oh, really?
And I don't know how to keep score. I think you need to know how to keep score to play bridge with people. But I have been on the internet trying to learn that. I think I can still play poker. It's dealer's choice.
What's the horse racing deal? What do you...
I don't know. There's a bulletin about it.
Is it almost like it's not like a simulcast where they're
Well,
like...
sometimes in casinos they have little horse races.
Yeah, well, you see them doing it like right in front of you, the little toys or whatever that make that do. I was thinking like, that'd be cool if they had off-track betting right here and you could do something.
It would. They probably have it not too far away.
Right.
But I kind of miss being in Peoria, and I'm learning my way around Surprise, but it really isn't home yet.
How long did you have that condo? You were there for a
20
good...
years.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was the right thing to sell it, because I always said I wanted to leave my kids something because I inherited money, so I feel that my 3 kids should also inherit some money.
That's a noble thing to want to do, but I hope don't feel obligated to do.
I don't feel obligated. I just want to do it because I feel that they should. If I inherited money, they should inherit some money.
Mm-hmm.
And I did inherit some money, other than the property. I've inherited some money also,
Right.
which is gone. And I did go through a lot of money. So I feel it's the right thing to do now to sell the condo and give the money to them.
It seems.
I'm going to keep enough that I've got to find out how much taxes I'm going to have to pay. I'll keep that much.
Right. It seems like it's a good time to sell.
It is, and I didn't want to wait because they were selling the condos at one time, and they were selling for $45,000.
Mm-hmm.
And we got an offer for $175,000 for that.
Quick, take it before they change it.
Well, I did accept it, but they're finding a lot wrong with it, which I think she's going to talk to you about some of
Right,
it.
but the profit margin is so big. Just chopping down, I would do that in a heartbeat. No matter, whatever's broken or needs to be fixed over there is probably small time.
Well, I think the bathtub is cracked. I don't know, but they're finding things wrong with that front bathroom. Which Ron never did say anything about anything wrong with it.
Huh. Well, I'm sure
I know that the fan's real noisy. I don't know how they're going to get that fixed. But and the skylight in the back patio, they said it leaks. It never did leak. But Bill, your mom's real estate realtor, he has a handyman who's going to fix it and warranty for $400 some.
The skylight thing? Oh wow, I wouldn't know how to do that, but I can do anything with any of that plumbing stuff.
Well, there's plumbing that they found on too. I guess those when they have it inspected like that, they always find things.
They have to find things to justify their position.
And the doorbell doesn't work. I think RG's going to fix that. He was going to do it before, so I think your mom called and reminded him that he was going to fix the doorbell.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully we get those things fixed, and then we'll close on 15th, hopefully.
Oh, that's coming up. Okay, a couple weeks, and maybe it'll be a done deal.
I have to call my tax guy and find out how much I'm gonna have to pay in taxes.
Yeah, the government wants their share there. I made a cool little list here that once I'm done with all this stuff, I'm probably gonna make some copies of some of my notes and paperwork and things like that for, you know, people who might want to check it out. But
That'll be good.
I've got the 10 grandkids, all their birthdays, all right there. I've got, I think it's 10.
Yeah, they're 10.
How many great grandkids have
13.
13.
I was thinking 12, but then I have a great
Yes, ma'am.
because
Caspin.
Chloe.
Caspin.
I've got 13 if you go, you know, Chloe was born first as a great grandkid in 94. And then, you know, just going by Layla's kids is Christian, Aiden, and Holden. So that's 4 right there. And then you've got mine is Alexa, Dane, and Xavier. So that's 7.
7.
And then you got Megan's is Samantha and Noah. So that's 9. Aaron's got Kiana and Andre.
11.
So that's 11. And you got Stephanie has Charlotte and Henry.
That's 13.
That's 13.
And then you got one great. Chloe's got a Caspin,
Caspin, I've never seen him.
and he's born in 17. So he's actually older than some of your great grandchildren, slightly, which is kind of cool. But I've got a cool list here. It's got the kids, the grandkids, the great grandkids, the great
Well, I have a
grandkids.
wonderful family, and
Yes, you do.
I'm happy with it.
Well, everybody seemed to be pretty jazzed about doing this.
Good.
I got really good feedback and really good support from my mom. I interviewed first, and just as a practice thing to see how it would go, if it would be cool or if it would be lame, or how it would, go along, and it ended up just rolling out, and we did like 2 hours, and then go to Kirk's next, or did we do?
I don't remember who we did second.
Kirk and Joe, I know, and they knew all the stories and everything already.
Yeah. So it was just getting Kirk's version of events, getting Joe's version of events, and then using all 3 of them together to kind of fill in the blank spots, and then only to use that as questions and leading questions for you to, oh yeah, this happened then, and that reminds me of this.
So what are you going to do with all your time now?
Finding that. Well, I don't know. I might still. I don't. I really don't. I might try to do some more with this, with editing, with reducing it, because there's so much.
Yeah, I'd like to see it when you're finished with it.
I wouldn't mind you seeing it. I don't know if I want everybody else to see it.
Yeah, I don't think I want my sister to see it.
I'm talking about my aunts and uncles and my mom and my cousins and stuff like that, just because of we're so kind of honest about what we're talking about here, and I don't know if it's going to be as well received as I thought it was going to be when I started, right? Like I thought, oh, we're just going to ask some questions, no harm, no foul. I'm just trying to find out what happened here, what happened here, and what happened here. And through finding out these things, I'm like, ooh, yikes.
Everything isn't always perfect.
Correct. Yeah, like it's not all pretty, and people's feelings can get hurt, and so we got to kind of tread lightly on that kind of thing. Where if I kept it to myself and nobody ever saw it, it wouldn't be the worst thing ever, because I wanted to do it for my own. Gaining knowledge about my family, gaining knowledge about you, because I've learned so much going through this. Not only about you and about my mom and about my uncle and aunt, but just even about myself. Things I had no idea that happened came to light. And it turned out to be a really cool thing. So I was just really, what's the word? Had a lot of gratitude for everybody's participation. It turned out to be a cool thing to just be able to listen to my elders tell all these cool stories and have it documented. So if I ever wanted to, oh, check this out. I did this 10 years ago. I did this 20 years ago. We still got it. It's all documented. And, you know, people can, and anybody wants to see it, I'll let them see it. But I'm going to have a warning ahead of time. You're like, hey, this is everybody saying which their version of events are, and it's not all pretty.
People look at things differently.
Correct.
Well, I appreciate it, honey.
Yeah, I'm glad you do. I'm glad everybody had a decent time with it.
I just wish I had done it mainly with Mama and Granddad Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had just, well, of course then we didn't have the equipment.
No, I had to go and buy all this stuff.
When we came from Trinidad,
right,
and your mom and Joe had those cute little accents, I would have loved to have had a video.
I know, right?
But we didn't have the equipment.
No, back then, that would have been a hard thing to come by.
I think some people made home movies, but we never did have any equipment for home movies. So, but they were so cute with their little Trinidadian accents.
They had accents even from Trinidad, even because you guys were only there maybe 2 years, but it was a straight 2 years, right?
Yeah. And they were little, so they picked it up.